I've lost intro privileges. Eric, do the intro.
I'm going with the intro.
Intro me.
Oh, gosh.
Introduce it. I'm pulling out the trolley sour bright crawlers.
Unique New York. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Behind the Plays podcast. I am your co-host, Eric, as you can see from my nameplate over here. And over here is your host, and this is my close good friend, Davion _OW. The OW stands for Overwatch.
That was beautiful.
That's a side thing. You like that?
It was like, I like how that's the side thing and this is the main thing.
Yeah, no, this is the main thing. You kidding me?
I don't play Overwatch 5.
It's the main thing because I'm here. That's why I do the intros.
That's hilarious.
Right? Better than, hey guys. Anyways, we're here with the Behind the Plays podcast.
Hello, Eric. This is why I keep you on.
That's what I do. Recapping NFL Week 5 and previewing NFL Week 6. This is attempt number two of this recording.
Potentially 3 in this scenario, but yeah, 2.
$5 is 3 eventually, but we'll see how it goes. So we're talking about NFL Week 5. We're talking about NFL Week 6 coming up later this week. But first, a couple headlines, I suppose, going on. Or I guess one particular headline, because it is currently Tuesday, October 12th at 7:27 Pacific time for me, 9:27 p.m. Central time for you.
Yep.
And as of this exact minute, as of right now, John Gruden is no longer the head football coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, my not-so-hometown team.
Like a 10-year
He signed
extension?
He signed like a 10-year, $100 million contract, and I believe this was in the middle of year 4.
That's crazy.
But yes, some emails surfaced of John Gruden saying some sus stuff, and he has resigned as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, at first I was like, when we saw it initially, I was like, oh, that's fine, right? Like, I can understand why people would be offended, but nothing to get fired over.
The first email, yes.
Then the other
649,999
dropped, yeah.
It's like,
yeah, no.
But, I mean, here's the
thing,
though. John Gruden didn't get fired. John Gruden did resign. So I guess there's some solace in that.
Nah.
Like, at least he knew he was
basically
wrong.
Forced out.
But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. He was forced out.
Yeah, it was over for him. He was getting fired or he was resigning. It was more of a publicity thing at that point, in my opinion. So. Anyway. Craziness.
Yeah.
But we were talking initially when we talked about this. We were talking about how the Raiders might go on a spiral, and like the coach that we didn't think about would be gone was John Gruden. He was like the one coach we're like, oh, they're doing great. He'll be fine. Psych.
Yeah.
We thought.
I was expecting not John Gruden to be the first coach we lost this year.
Urban Meyer, maybe.
Yeah, I was. If I was gonna expect anybody, it was gonna be Urban Meyer. So I'm trying to find who's gonna be the interim head coach. I know it's like a longtime assistant.
Oh, even funnier. I'm pretty sure John Gruden's son is still the conditioning coach. Fun fact.
Well, John Gruden's son probably isn't racist. We'll see. But the new head coach for the Raiders, is Rich Bisaccia will be the interim head coach. And Rich Bisaccia previously has been... How about I just start looking at him from the very top? Rich Bisaccia...
Coach at Clemson?
Yes.
He was Buccaneers?
He's the special teams coordinator. So yeah, he's the special teams.
He has a ring.
Do you know Rich Bisaccia's hometown team? According to this list, is Yonkers, New York. I didn't know that there was a city called Yonkers in the state of New York, but shout out to you if you're from Yonkers, New York.
This is his first head coaching gig, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what the situation the Raiders are in right now. And I don't know how that's going to affect the Raiders this season, especially with the AFC West being so tough, with the Chargers being clearly so good.
Elite.
The Chiefs being good in the
Weird.
past 3 years, but maybe not so much in the past like 3 games. And the Broncos being good in the past 3
Not
of the
the
5
past
weeks.
2 games, but the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to affect the Raiders, especially in a pretty tough AFC West.
Yeah. We'll have to see it play out. I don't think it's going to play good, but we'll just have to wait and see.
What the Raiders are spiraling, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I know you don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all it is at the end of the.
Yeah. It makes me happy to watch the Raiders suffer. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it just
you
does.
get to watch it firsthand because Vegas. And
Right?
Vegas is gonna boo the hell out of them because Vegas don't like to lose. I want you to know, ever since we've had teams in Vegas, they've made playoffs. The Golden Knights haven't missed a playoff, and the Aces, the Las Vegas Aces, once they got here, haven't missed playoffs.
Didn't the Raiders literally miss playoffs last year?
They don't count. We don't like the Raiders. I told you we don't accept the
That's
Raiders.
fair. That's fine.
Also, Vegasinians?
Vegashians? I don't know.
Vegashians? I don't
That
know,
sounds-
dude.
that
They
sounds-
suck. We don't like the Raiders. Their stadium, on the other hand, is great. It's cool.
Yes, it is pretty neat.
Them though, anybody else. I would have taken anybody. I would have taken the Cowboys, dude. I would gladly welcome the Cowboys over the fucking Raiders, dude. I hate the Raiders. I don't know why. Just hate them.
Me too. But I know exactly why.
Right? I know why but like the Raiders, I don't know. They always give me bad blood.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them. Anyway.
All right, so you ready to talk a little Week 5 recap action?
Yes, and I'm mad because we made a great joke about Russell Wilson being hurt, and now we don't get to talk about it.
Right? Now it's not going to be as impactful.
Bright
But we
side, guys.
begin-
After literally this, we have nothing else to comment on.
We
so
started
we're good.
Rams Seahawks. We're fine before the.
Oh, I
other
didn't
one
check our
failed.
records before we started, by the way.
That's fine. I'll let
Something
you
I
do
didn't
that
do.
right now while I roll some B-roll because we began Week 5 on Thursday Night Football in Seattle, taking on the divisional Rams Los Angeles. Why did I say it like that? The divisional rivals Los Angeles Rams. I think it's the
You
divisional.
did your best.
I was about to say the divisional Rams Los Angeles rivals. So shout out to the LA Rams. They win this game 26-17. But the big news coming out of this game is that Russell Wilson suffered some pretty significant injuries to some fingers on his throwing hand. Underwent surgery early Friday, Saturday, sometime around then before the Week 5 properly started.
Yo, I went
And
12-4 this week.
Dude,
Sorry.
shout out to you. Did you lose the tie game though?
I mean, yeah. I almost got a tie. We almost got a tie this week, by the
Right,
way.
with the Bengals Packers, yeah.
Oh man, I was literally watching that game. Like, I swear to God, if this game ends in a tie, I'm just gonna scream at the podcast because I
Yeah.
guessed the wrong tie game.
Right. Yeah, but so Russell Wilson is out for several weeks, probably at least like 6 to 7 weeks with this finger injury, and starting duties now belong to Geno Smith, longtime Jets starter, then Jets backup, and now Seahawks backup.
You went 13-3 this week. Holy crap!
What can I say?
You only got 3 wrong.
I'm a wizard. This week. Just normally I'm not a wizard.
Sorry, I got
What did
really
I
hyped
get
there because
wrong?
you got the Eagles game wrong, which you almost got right, by the way. Eagles game wrong. The
Raiders game.
Jets over Falcons, and the Raiders over the Bears. Everything else you got right.
So no, I went 14-2. I'm not counting that Falcons game. Not even a little bit. Because you know why I
what's
didn't pick
crazy?
the Falcons.
You know what's crazy is I almost got that. They almost tied. They almost
Right, that
went
wasn't
to OT.
like the worst game in the world to predict a tie for.
I almost did it. They almost did it, and then they fumbled the bag. The Jets did, not the Falcons for once.
Yeah.
You won your first week of the season.
I did. No, comeback starts right now, finally. It only took me a quarter of the way to get into the rhythm.
I'm proud of you, dude. Proud of you.
Thanks. Okay, so Geno Smith came in and honestly didn't play too bad, so I don't think the Seahawks are screwed. I think what they are screwed with is the fact that the NFC West is way too good. The Cardinals are statistically the best team in the league right now. They, haven't lost a game. I think the Rams hadn't made an argument for the actual best team in the NFL right now. And it's not like the Niners are pushovers either. So
Yeah.
This is kind of bad timing for Russell Wilson to go out, as if there was ever good timing for Russell Wilson to,
True.
tear apart 2 of his fingers. But this in particular is not a good year to do it because the NFC West is so tight, and I think the Seahawks were still competitive in the NFC West, even though they're now 2-3. They could very easily make a wild card still.
So the
but
thing
with
is,
Russell Wilson being out, those dreams are a little bit less likely.
how long is Russell Wilson actually out?
At like 6 to 7 weeks.
Okay, so let's look at these 6 to 7 weeks real quick because I want to analyze this kind of a little deeper. They're playing the Steelers this week on Sunday Night Football, which they can beat with Geno Smith.
If there's a defense you need to have your starter quarterback again and like a really good starting quarterback in the NFL, it's probably the Steelers defense.
Steelers. But I think Geno Smith can beat them because I think the Steelers offense isn't good enough.
Week after,
but they did just have a good game.
At home against the Saints on Monday Night Football, who the Saints are coming off a bye that week.
So we don't know what we're going to get, Jameis. We don't know what Jameis Winston's coming to that game.
Week after, they're at home against the Jags on a short week, but dub.
They win that.
That's fine.
They win that. They win that.
Then they're on their bye, so that's the good news.
That's good.
Then they're in Green Bay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're home against Arizona.
Losable and losable. And then they should maybe
right around Thanksgiving is when we might see Russell Wilson return, give or take.
So, I mean, okay, realistically speaking, you go 4-2 in that stretch, you're fine.
You'll go 3-2 because you won't play your bye.
Oh, sorry, they have a bye. 3-2. 3-2 in that stretch.
I think they could go 3-2. I think it's a little bit more realistic for them to go 2-3. I don't think they beat the Steelers and the Saints. I think they lose one of those. And I have a hard time believing that they'll beat the Cardinals and the Packers as of right now.
I think they'll lose both of those games, but I think they could beat both the Steelers and the Saints.
Maybe.
If Geno Smith plays like he did at the end of that game, definitely. Because in my humble opinion, Tyler Lockett was PI'd. That was a completion. They're getting themselves down the field. They might even score. Geno Smith had a lot of momentum.
Well, regardless, if you come out of this 2-3 or 3-2, okay, that puts you at 5-5 or 4-6 on the season.
Yeah.
You pretty much got to be perfect the rest of the year to have a chance at the wild card.
If you want honesty, Seahawks are one of those teams that can do it, though.
Maybe, but they got to really start clicking. But it's not exactly like the end of their schedule is easy. They have Washington, they have San Francisco, they have Houston, which is fine.
Yeah.
They have who's week 15? Rams again. Week 16, they play the Bears.
Which winnable.
Week 17, they play the Lions. Winnable. Week 18,
I think they play the Cardinals.
Yeah, they play in Arizona again.
We'll see. It's gonna be tough. It's because they have to play their division. If they didn't have to play if they played in the NFC East, I could say that they had a chance.
Yeah.
Like if them and the Cowboys swapped, I'd say they have a chance.
I agree. Yeah. So. They had to play their entire division one more time. The Cardinals twice in this span. So I think they got to be perfect to have a chance at the wild card, if not near perfect.
I would like to quickly take a break in the action, guys, to tell you that we are recording on Tuesday, and I think we've already established this. But the Seattle Kraken are making their debut in the NHL, and they are playing against the Vegas Golden Knights, and they are currently losing 2-0. So Kraken, sorry, Seattle's not getting anything. No win to open up.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Bye, guys.
Sorry.
Have a good day. Anyway, all you Seattle fans out there.
It's a rough week for Seattle sports.
Yeah, sorry guys. But the Kraken are really cool. The logo and everything, dope.
Yeah, super neat.
I think it's also cool. I think it's really cool how they put the new team up against the most recent new team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was Vegas Golden Knights, and then they were the next expansion team. So I thought that was cool. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Seahawks didn't play terrible. I think the Rams really just kind of kicked it in the moment Russell Wilson got hurt.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford did his second half.
Matt Stafford had a great game, and the Rams defense had a great game too, especially against Geno Smith. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. As crack of dawn.
We're hopping over the Atlantic Ocean, heading over to London
for the Jets Falcons, which did not end in a tie, unfortunately.
I gave my. You know what's crazy is I would have went 13-3 if I predicted this game how I wanted to.
Listen, okay, we genuinely are about to have a Falcons moment. They were winning 20-3 at halftime.
They almost did it. I saw.
They almost did it.
I was watching it. I was like, oh no, I have to.
So here's the problem.
I have to edit the audio in again.
Yeah, the Falcons didn't have a Falcons. I think the Jets just pulled a Jets where they don't win games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it basically the longtime Jets curse that's really existed since like the 70s trumps the Falcons curse that's existed for the last like 6 years.
Yeah, Cordero Patterson, I believe, is in concussion protocol right now. But it doesn't matter because they're on a bye week, so he should be fine by week 7.
Yeah,
I also think Cordero Patterson, outside of like Matt Ryan, is their best player on offense, and no one's going to tell me otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. Kyle Pitts got his first touchdown, though, in his career.
Yeah, I had to play him in fantasy. Granted,
I
got lucky with the Lamar
Jackson
thing, but That was nuts. I was like, why did Kyle Pitts not do jack all season? 9 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown when he goes to play me in fantasy. What kind of nonsense is this?
Crazy.
Yeah, but nice, good win for the Falcons.
I agree. Yeah, good win for the Falcons because I don't think the Falcons are like screwed. You know, they're not the worst team in the NFC right now.
No,
like the NFC South is still close to possibly steal a wild card. I don't think I have a hard time believing they'll pass the Bucs.
Yo, I'd like to thank you for updating the freaking schedule or the standings tracker because I just did not have I didn't have the mental to do it, dude.
You're good. That's what I'm here for. It's my job.
Oh, thank you because I did the schedule,
like
but I didn't
secretary.
do the standings. Ah, thank you.
When you need me to do the intro, I do the intro. That's how I roll.
True.
Yeah, next man up. I'm like a young Matthew Slater.
Nick, you're my Nick Foles.
Just getting the job done.
Exactly. But yeah, the NFC, what is that? The South?
Yes,
Fun
that
fact,
is
the
the
letters
South
aren't there.
Yeah. What do you mean the letters aren't there?
I just had to put the South. There was no South. All of them were labeled except for the South. I mean, yeah, they're 2-3. They're last, but 3-2, 3-2, and the Saints are the most inconsistent team. And we'll talk about the Panthers here in a minute.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I have a hard time believing they'll pass the Bucs, but it's not completely unheard of for them to steal a wild card in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean the NFC is
pretty much wide open.
2-3 is not terrible.
I think.
Now
I mean,
to actually make a crack
I think genuinely you have your top like 3 to 4 teams.
Like right now, Cardinals, Cowboys.
Cardinals, Cowboys, Bucks, Rams, Packers.
Right? Those are your teams?
Right, those are your teams. Like
everybody else is like 2-3.
2 more teams got to make playoffs.
Yeah, everybody else is like 2-3 or 3-2.
Yeah, so
and then there's the Lions.
The last 2 wildcard spots in the NFC are pretty much wide open.
Yeah, unless your name's like New York or Detroit.
Yeah, unless you're like the Lions or the Giants.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the only teams that are like,
for sure, probably not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But like even like the Eagles could still do something at this point.
And I think there might be the worst 2-3 team right here. No, we're better. We're better than the fucking Falcons, dude. We're better than the Falcons. We're better than the Falcons.
I mean, emotionally, in my heart, yes. In my brain, I don't know.
We literally murdered their whole existence week 1. We're better than the Falcons.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. You did play in week 1 and did literally prove that you were better than the Falcons. Okay, I'll buy it.
We're better than at least the Falcons. The Vikings, I feel like, are more of a toss-up. And definitely no one in the West. Not even going to credit that. Maybe Russell Wilson-less Seahawks. Maybe, but no.
All right, you were ready to talk a little Lions-Vikings?
Speaking of the Lions, dude, I want to say, you know what's funny about this game?
What is funny about this game?
So this game ended on a game-winning field goal last second. Detroit lost to the Ravens week, 3? The same way. Literally same score and all. Just throwing that out there. 19-17 last second field goal. Detroit went for 2. Got it. To win this game. Go up 17-16, by the way. Also. The Vikings lost week 1 by a game-winning field goal. And they got the redemption arc week 5.
I'm just excited we added to the Kirk Cousins you like that lore. Did you see that? What happened at the end of the game?
Yeah.
He got into everybody thought it was an altercation with Mike Zimmer. No, they were juiced. Yeah. Kirk Cousins just, very calmly asked Mike Zimmer if he liked that. And Mike Zimmer very calmly said, "Yes, Kirk, I do like that."
Yeah, and they shot up that field, dude. They shot up that field. Good for them.
Yeah, Vikings had a good game, but honestly, the Lions didn't have a bad game either. Pretty much like the only one who had a bad game was like Jared Goff.
Yeah, Jared Goff kind of threw.
Well, he did throw. That's his job.
He threw in the bad way.
He threw in a bad way. Yeah, I know it's the worst joke of all time. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. The Lions are so weird to talk about because I feel like they very well could be like a 2-3 team right now, low key, or like even 3-2. Like they have winnable games. Like that Niners game, they almost came back and won. They only lost by 10 to the Bears. They lost 19-17 twice. The only like game that I'm like, yeah, they got freaking rocked was the Packers game.
Yeah.
Like the Bears game, they lost, but
like,
they didn't get like
hard
rocked.
0-5. Like out of all the 2 0-5 teams left, they're much better than the
both
Jags.
Of them. Absolutely,
much
significantly
better.
better.
They're better than probably a lot of 1 and 2-win teams.
Yeah, like they're better than the Jets. Maybe the Dolphins.
They're better than the Jets. They're better than the Dolphins. They're better than the Texans.
Rip the Colts, dude, honestly.
I think they're better than the Giants.
I do too.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they're better than a lot of teams, honestly.
Yeah, they're just hurting. That's all. They're hurting.
Yeah.
Rip Jared Goff, bro. Imagine going to the Super Bowl then going to the Lions.
It's punishment for, I don't know,
losing that Super Bowl. Dog, I like how fast though that they were like, yeah, hey, listen, hey guys, we're gonna accept trade offers for Matthew Stafford. Hey, give him Jared Goff.
Sold.
Give him Jared Goff and a pick or two. Really,
Yeah.
dude? Get Jared Goff off his roster. They're so quick to get rid of my man's. I feel kind of bad for him. But yeah, good fit, like great fit for Matt Stafford. Unlucky for Jared Goff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins looked great this game. Like it was just weird. Like it's Vikings lines. I don't really have much to talk about when it comes to these teams.
No, I'm ready to talk about Saints Washington.
Your theory is going swimmingly.
Going well so far. Saints win this game 33-22. Jameis Winston's an absolute animal. Threw 15 of 30 for 4 touchdowns and a pick. That's just such a Jameis Winston stat line.
Dog, 15. Wait, he completed 15 passes, and
4 of them were
touchdowns. And 2 of them went to Marquez Callaway. I don't even know who that is.
I don't either.
What the heck?
One was 1 reception, 72 yards, 1 touchdown for Deontay Harris.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't either. But I mean,
Jameis,
Alvin Kamara was on fire with the Saints, and honestly, him and Jameis Winston, like the Saints are firing on all cylinders every other week. That's the thing that's concerning me about the Saints is when they're hot, but they can't stay hot.
No. Who knows what's gonna happen with them?
Yeah,
R.I.P. Taylor Heineke though. Like he is same way. Like when he is hot, he is.
Yeah, he struggled tremendously this game with 20 of 41 and 2 picks. Antonio Gibson had a monster game though, 20 carries for 6 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Dude, can we talk about he only averaged 3
yards,
yards per carry? But he only averaged 3 yards per carry, but it feels like he like went ape.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, the Saints are such an inconsistent team, and they're a hard team to pick every single week. And it's a good thing they're on the bye, and I don't have to worry about it this week. Like just to give me a break.
Yo, not only are the Saints on a bye, the Falcons are on a bye this week. You don't have to worry about either of them.
Right? It's nice.
It's a good week.
It is a good week.
I know how it could be an even better week, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just, yeah, Jameis just needs to, if he can be consistent, it'd be nice. But when he comes back, he has to go on the road to Seattle, which is a winnable game, but because of no Russell Wilson. But we'll just have to wait and see, dude.
Yeah.
The Patriots went to Houston.
Almost lost to the freaking
to play the Texans.
We're losing to the Texans. Genuinely had a terrible game. And like it took a late fourth quarter comeback to beat the Texans.
Yeah, they were down.
They were down 15-9
going into
at
the
halftime.
second half. Yeah, they were down 20 or 15-9, and then they threw a pick, and Texans went down and scored. I'd like to point out that maybe I was right about Davis Mills
with the Tyrod Taylor theory.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
clean.
Maybe he has Taylor Heineke, Jameis Winston syndrome.
Also, side note, did you see that? I think this was the game. Was the first ever 0-yard punt or some crap like that?
What happened with that? We didn't even get to talk about the double punt with the Seahawks Rams game.
Wait,
did you see that?
There was a double punt?
Yes. So
wait,
the Seahawks were punting. It got blocked, right? And the rule is you're allowed to punt it again as long as it doesn't pass the line of scrimmage, and it didn't.
That I know. I know.
The Seahawks punter picked it up, tried to run with it, decided, nah, screw this, and just kind of pooched it real quick.
Well, now I need to look. Oh, yeah. Was that the 16-yard punt?
No, it was a decent punt. It was 30 yards.
Oh, okay. There was one that, there was some crazy. Special teams was nuts this week. Oh, I see. It got blocked. Oh, wait. My man runs to the corner, picks it up with one hand, and he chooses to punt it, and it's a good freaking punt.
Right.
And it gets down in the 20. My man's isn't. It was down to the 10. My man's is cracked.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You have to look up the. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Houston. 0-yard punt. If I can find it. It was crazy, bro. Here it is. Look at this. I'm gonna send it to you on Discord. I remembered this one specifically because it was hilarious. Because it wasn't even blocked. That's the crazy part. He doinks it off of his teammate's helmet, and it just goes back to the line of scrimmage and goes out of bounds.
Jesus.
That's crazy, right? Anyway, if editing me, I might put videos up of both real quick just for the culture so you guys can see them. They were hilarious. Like, I might throw it up in the middle of the screen there, like edit it smaller and put it in the middle while we're still talking just so you guys can see what we're talking about. But it was hilarious. Dude.
Yes. Fair use, NFL. Mr. Goodell. We're sorry.
I won't get in trouble. I won't get in trouble for it. If Pat McAfee doesn't get in trouble for it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, because Pat McAfee isn't fucking loaded.
Yeah, I also don't get paid.
We're two dudes in their apartments recording this for
I don't get
Spotify.
paid, so hey. Anyway, if you're listening to this on Spotify, because I totally have put all those up yet, go subscribe on YouTube. It's worth it. Also, if you're on YouTube and you're listening, subscribe on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was the highlight of this game for me. Sorry.
I'm inclined to agree.
That was great. The Patriots didn't choke, and I'm happy for them. That's about it. That's all I got. Yeah. Cam Newton's still a free agent. I'm still upset about it. Side note, Nelson Aguilar got his hands back. I don't know how he did it, but he has them.
All right. Dolphins, Bucks. Bucks slaughter the Dolphins 45-17.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Packers and the Bengals next because that whatever you just said wasn't a football game.
Yeah, Tom Brady threw for 5 touchdowns. They literally threw in Blaine Gabbert in garbage time. Okay, there is one thing I want to talk about, though, okay?
There is actually one player I really want to talk about this game, but yes, I want you first.
Who is yours?
AB.
That's mine.
Dude, Antonio Brown is... Who are we looking at? Is this Antonio Brown or is this Steelers Antonio Brown? I'm confused.
So that's why you want to talk about it because he popped off. I want to talk about him because can we talk about how he talked all this smack about the Steelers and the Raiders and everybody called him a madman? And
you know what? Here we are, and they are kind of struggling. You know, maybe it was good to get out of. Maybe it was good to get out of the Raiders when he did.
I think so for him, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, Antonio Brown and Mike Evans both popped off. Leonard Fournette had a great game. Tom Brady had a great game.
Popped off.
I mean, the Bucks are an extremely good team.
Yeah,
still,
I know. They're crazy. It's like they're defending champs or something.
All right, crazy. All right, I'm done. I'm honestly done talking Packers Bengals.
Yeah, the Dolphins. Who are the Dolphins? Who are the Dolphins?
The Dolphins are struggling without Tua. I think the Dolphins were struggling with Tua.
I think they were struggling, period. And I don't even think Jacoby Brissett's a bad quarterback.
All right. Now, this is a very exciting game. Packers Bengals. Okay,
Packers Bengals was a great game.
Between Evan McPherson and Mason Crosby, the kickers for the Packers and the Bengals, they collectively missed 5 field goals this game.
I'm pretty sure they were all in a row, too.
For the most part, they were back-to-back. And like 2 of them happened in overtime. 1 of them happened at the end of the game. Like, special teams was wild
crazier?
this week. You said it yourself.
You know what's even crazier is it was Crosby, right? Crosby's the kicker for the... He had 4 chances. And McPherson only had 2.
He went 4 of 7.
McPherson only had 2 chances in late game to win them the football game. I'd also like to elaborate one thing about this game because I think it's really, really cool. There's no doubt in my mind that Jamar Chase is winning Rookie of the Year. There's like no doubt in my mind.
I mean, he's easily the front runner right now. None of the quarterbacks are worth it.
Dude, I even think, you know who I think is second on this list? Like, honestly, and I'm trying so hard not to be biased, but Devontae Smith is playing really well.
He is.
Have you seen him? He's literally like 80-plus yards a game, every game. 7 catches, 6 catches. Like, he's playing really well.
No, yeah,
his route running is elite. Very well. Like, the wide receivers in this class are playing so well. It is so fun to watch. Rondell Moore on the Cardinals. Like, dudes are popping off. Like, props to all of them.
I mean,
Jalen Waddle just got stuck without his quarterback.
Yeah, the strength of this last draft class was wide receiver and quarterback.
Yeah. And one of those are showing up. So,
yes.
And yeah, Jamar Chase, 6 catches for 159 yards and a touchdown this game. I need not say nothing else. That's insane. I love watching Jamar Chase. I really wanted the Eagles to draft him, but when the Bengals drafted him, I was like, okay, we trade back. It's fine. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is insane, dude. He's nuts. If you go look at his highlight reel from this game, he made some like nutty catches too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jamar Chase is crazy. Anyway, yeah. So the missed field goals. I watched the Chiseled Adonis video of this, and it was by far the funniest thing I've ever watched in my life. Because not only did that happen this week, Cody Parkey missed a kick this week, an extra point. So I got to watch that. Then what? The week before that, or was it this week? Someone missed a field goal. Someone else missed a field goal. It wasn't not Rodrigo Blankenship. We'll get to that because that was we watched that together, and that was fun.
Yeah.
There was another crazy missed kick this week because I was laughing about it. Man, what happened?
You could tell we are professionals.
I don't know. I don't care. It's not important. There was another. Oh, it was Sunday Night Football last week where Nick Folk missed a field goal, so he got to go ape. Oh my gosh, Chiseled Adonis, he was going ape. He's like, the things they just write themselves at this point. I'm like, dude, he had a field day. Loved it. Anyway, you guys should really go follow Chiseled Adonis. He is hilarious. I watch him every week. He is fun. But yeah, that was the highlight of the game was just missed field goals, honestly. And then the Packers pulled out a win because Crosby decided to make a field goal. Almost was a tie, but yeah.
Speaking of Chiseled Adonis, I believe he's a Steelers fan.
He is indeed a Steelers fan. And we were in Pittsburgh this week as the Denver Broncos flew down there to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Ben Roethlisberger looked like vintage Ben Roethlisberger for some reason. Also, Najee Harris looked amazing. Finally.
Okay. So, here's what happened.
I'm gonna let you elaborate on everything else because I honestly saw you guys almost come back and win this football game.
Okay, the Broncos have two key wide receivers hurt. Is what it is. Okay.
It's who? Jerry Jeudy and who?
And KJ Hamler. Jerry Judy's out for another couple weeks. KJ Hamler's done for the year. He tore his ACL, I believe.
Rough.
And they're also without Bradley Chubb on defense right now.
Right.
Okay, but also we were going into this game with potentially not Teddy, potentially neither of our two starting guards. Everybody was there. Okay, so what you really have is 3 key injuries when you expecting 6. Here's what that tells me. You can't blame injuries on this. Here's what that tells me. The Broncos are not good. The Broncos played bad teams the first 3 weeks.
True.
And did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to beat bad teams badly. And that's what they did. When they play good to decent teams, this is the result you get. So, there's a lot that the Broncos need to fix. Their run defense was atrocious. Najee Harris went for 122 yards on 23 carries and a touchdown. And that was the main thing. The biggest thing was that they couldn't stop Najee Harris even a little bit. I had to turn this game off mid-third quarter because I got to that point where I'm just like, I can't keep watching this. It's making me mad. Yeah. It's like they didn't learn at all from the last time that Najee Harris got the ball, and they just kind of let him do his thing again. Their run game wasn't terrific. Their pass game wasn't terrific on offense. I think the Broncos just have some things to clean up, and they don't exactly have an easy schedule for the next few weeks to do that. So I'm concerned about the Broncos just because we know how good the Chargers are, and we know how good the Chiefs should be.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, they're going to struggle to compete in the West, and they needed to win these games to stay competitive, I think so.
Yeah,
the Steelers game this week and the Ravens game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my excuse for the Broncos. They're just not good.
I wouldn't call it an excuse, but I will say you guys have some bright spots. I think Teddy Bridgewater is really good. I think he
like
actually
Teddy
had
a
pretty good game, and honestly, Cortland Sutton is amazing.
Yes.
Tim Patrick is also a good pickup, I must say.
Yeah, I really like Tim Patrick too. He's kind of really stepped into that 2 role pretty nicely, even though in the past he's previously been the 4 guy, because Cortland's been the 1 and Jerry Jeudy was the 2, and KJ Hamler was kind of the 3 slot guy.
Yeah.
But Tim Patrick has really kind of filled into the other 2 slot now that Jerry Judy's out, and him and Cortland Sutton have been doing really well. Exactly. I like Tim Patrick a lot. I like the receiving core in general. I really like Deontay Spencer didn't get a catch this game, but he played really well as well. Or he normally plays really well, not this game. But I really like Deontay Spencer a lot. He's also their returner.
Okay.
And then Noah Fant at tight end is, he's kind of coming to his own. He's going to be a good tight end in this league, I think. And
I
then
hope
shout
so
out to the boy
because
Kendall Hinton. That's a
Yeah.
former Denver Broncos quarterback, Kendall Hinton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I see his
Legend.
name, I like have Vietnam flashbacks to the Saints game last year.
And he caught a touchdown this time.
I know he got a touchdown, so good for Kendall Hinton.
Yeah. In other news, while we're talking on it, I believe Juju Smith-Schuster had a season-ending injury.
Yes,
He had to have surgery
did
on
something in his
something?
shoulder, and he's done for the year.
Yeah, so he's out. So Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson will be taking over there. Eric
I mean,
Ebron where it is. That's
the
if you're gonna
kind
have
of-
good replacement. Those are two good replacements, and they're not really using Juju this season anyway. So
Exactly. I think the kind of commonality I saw a lot of people saying was that was probably Juju's last game as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
you think so?
I think so. I think Pittsburgh wants him out, and I think he wants out of Pittsburgh.
Oh, I didn't. I've never felt that way with Juju, but yeah, I could see it.
Dude, it's the Steelers recycling their wide receivers. They've done it with just about everybody.
That's true.
That's what they do. It's always some kind of disgruntlement going on with Steelers wide receivers.
That's true.
AB, I can think of. Who was that one guy who went to the Raiders a few years ago?
Dude, I don't know any Steelers receivers outside of like Hines Ward, the current receivers, and
Who had
freaking
issues with
Antonio
Ben
Brown.
Roethlisberger and probably led to him retiring just a bit early.
Yeah.
Emmanuel
But,
Sanders started his career in Pittsburgh and went to Denver and was pretty verbal about how much he hated the Steelers and hated Ben when he was with the Broncos.
Maybe the issue isn't everyone else. Maybe the issue is Ben Roethlisberger.
What? You mean that's the common denominator? Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, like a lot of I don't know. I've heard this somewhere. I don't know where, but Ben Roethlisberger appears on like a local Pittsburgh radio show every week.
Really?
And has a habit of really airing out some like dirty laundry with the Steelers during those radio shows. And like that's what happened with that was like a main thing that happened with Antonio Brown. It was him being like Antonio Brown needs to catch those balls. Antonio Brown needs to play better. And he's like, "Screw you. You need to play better."
Right.
Right? Like you don't just go on public radio and talk smack about your wide receivers.
No,
And
yeah.
Ben
you don't talk
Roethlisberger's
back
been
about
doing that
any of
since
your
Hines
teammates like
Ward
that.
was there.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that about you shouldn't say those things about your team.
Exactly. And he continues to do it.
And you're the leader.
Yeah, so
And you're the leader.
wide receivers, they're good with Ben for like 3 to 4 years, and then they want out of Pittsburgh. It happens to every Pittsburgh wide receiver.
Makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's.
understandable.
Your turn. Time for me to
Oh!
take a back seat.
We won!
You did it.
I wore my Eagles hoodie today too.
I'm wearing some
Completely on
Wolfpack.
accident. I
I'm
haven't
wearing some
done any
Wolfpack
laundry.
stuff today.
I haven't done laundry, so I wore it on accident mostly. But we won. We shouldn't have, but we did it.
Here we are.
You know what? I haven't been able to say this about the Eagles in a long time. Do you know what won us this game?
What won you this game?
Our defense.
Right? Yeah.
Dude, we had 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, a blocked fucking punt. Like, what? Jalen Hurts was dog for 2 and 3 quarters of the game. Two and 3 quarters of the game. Freaking, the thing that broke us open was we got a block, or we got a pick. Darius Slay got his 2nd interception of the game. And we threw a 50-yard bomb to Quez Watkins. Also, Quez Watkins is a gift. He's a gift. Very much so. I didn't expect him to pop off, but he's popping off. Devontae Smith is the gift that keeps on giving. Like, Carolina choked this game. So what happened this game is Carolina had I think after Carolina got the safety on us, they didn't do anything else. They got a safety. We ran down the field in like 30 seconds and got a field goal to end the half. Second half starts. We force them to punt. Then we fumble. When we force them to punt again, then we throw an interception. Then we take it right back. Then we punt. Then we finally score. It took forever, but we scored. I think, how much time did we score on that touchdown? There's 41 seconds left in the half. Wait. Lies. It was less than that. We scored with 12 seconds left in the third quarter. That's what it was. And after that, Jalen Hurts ran into 2 touchdowns. It was crazy. It was wild. We shouldn't have won that game.
Had no business.
No, we
Not
had
even
no
a little
business
bit.
winning that game. We had no business winning that game. Yeah, we had a blocked punt, which led to a touchdown, and then Nelson got a pick to end the game because I don't know who Sam Darnold was trying to be, but he was not being first 4 game Sam Darnold. Anyway, yeah, defense won us that game. I think we had 3 sacks, 3 picks. Miles Sanders needs to touch the ball much more. Devontae Smith is crazy. Yeah. Darius Slay, big play Slay. Shout out to him. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Dude, I don't remember the last time I've been able to. I think I haven't been able to say defense won us a game since we won the Super Bowl that season.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 4 years.
Like it's been a while, because whenever we win games, it's usually the offense trying to will their team back to like the game.
Yeah.
Side note, I will say about the Eagles, we haven't had Lane Johnson in a couple of weeks, and he's been continuously out on a personal matter, and people keep speculating it's he's abusing something, and I'm kind of sad to hear that, and I hope he's okay. So.
Yeah.
I don't spread rumors, but whatever's going on in the life of Lane Johnson, I miss you, and I know Jalen Hurts misses you because our right tackles aren't doing great. So I hope you're back soon.
Mm-hmm.
That is all.
Okay,
Titans-Jags.
Titans-Jags. Titans win 37-19.
As they should.
Derrick Henry has transcended humanity.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is. I don't know what, dude. Is it okay to put Derrick Henry in the MVP discussion this season?
Maybe
at this point,
I think I'd have an easier time doing it if I think the Titans overall were better.
I agree with that statement.
Okay, like Kyler Murray's a thing, Tom Brady's a thing, Josh Allen's a thing, Lamar Jackson's a thing.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Like, yeah, that's.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm having a hard time with.
In 5 games, he has 640 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, but that's such a hard thing to say when there's 4 quarterbacks playing out of their mind. And we know how heavily skewed MVP is towards quarterbacks.
I agree.
Like, you want my honest opinion right now?
He deserves it, though.
Right now, I think my MVP candidate is Josh Allen.
If I were to give someone to win right today, Tom Brady.
I mean, it's
dude's
so
thrown
close.
for 5 touchdowns
it's
so many times.
Between
Kyler,
Kyler, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar's playing out of his mind. Can we put Derrick Henry at 5 so I can feel good about myself?
We could put Derrick Henry higher than 5. Genuinely, like, he's in that top 5. It's just the fact that he's not a quarterback is keeping him out of the discussion properly. You know?
I agree with that statement. Yeah. He's playing really, really well this season. Mm-hmm. I honestly, when they win, he's the reason they're winning, if you want my honesty.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Crazy, dude. That's crazy. Anyway, I out of that, like, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars just need a lot of help, and they're not going to get it anytime soon.
It certainly doesn't help that they're incredibly dramatic right now.
Yeah, but I will say, Lawrence is getting progressively better throughout the weeks. He's throwing less interceptions and getting better in his TD interception ratio. And James Robinson had a monster game, even though I don't think he's going to be on the roster next season.
He'll make somebody else very, very, very happy.
Yeah, I think they're going to either give the he's gone and Travis Etienne is about to pop off because they have Carlos Hyde. And I think because James Robinson's he's a 3-down back. Like, you play him 24/7. He's good at everything, right? Travis Etienne's a speed back. Like, he's like your Miles Sanders type of guy, where he can be a 3-down back, but he's not gonna run a dude over. He's not your 3rd-down running back. That's why you have Carlos Hyde sitting there. So you're not gonna pay. If Travis Etienne is gonna be what you think he's gonna be, you don't want to pay James Robinson and Travis Etienne for doing basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I've thought about this, but then again, I think James Robinson is better than Travis Etienne because we haven't seen Travis Etienne. So, but Travis Etienne stays because Trevor. Anyway, Jags need help.
The Jags need help, and the Jags are dramatic. The Jags aren't going to be good until they win a game. Yeah, I don't foresee myself predicting the Jags to win a football game until they win a football game. Maybe if they play the Falcons.
They're going to be the first team to go 0-17 this season. Or this year.
No, I think they'll win. I think they'll win 2 or 3 games.
They should have beat the Jets. That was their winnable one.
They haven't played the Jets.
Wait, they didn't play the Jets?
No.
Oh, they didn't because the Jets beat the Titans, and that's all. Who did they beat? Who did they lose? The Bengals. The Bengals was their winnable game. That's what it was.
They should have beat the Bengals.
Yeah, that was winnable, and they didn't. Crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Browns Chargers.
Game of the week.
Early candidate for game of the year so far.
I don't know. I take it back on game of the week. That Ravens-Colts game was kind of fucking wild, dude. But this game was maybe even wilder, actually.
This was
Fourth
pretty
quarter
good.
went stupid.
I believe collectively there was over 1,000 yards of offense in this game between the Browns and the Chargers.
Let's find out.
Chargers won this game 47-42. Justin Herbert also potentially in the MVP candidate seat.
Oh, true. Okay, I'll let it slide. Yeah, there was over 1,000 yards of total offense.
The Browns rushing attack is ridiculous. Kareem Hunt had 12 carries for 61 yards on 2 touchdowns. And Nick Chubb had 21 carries for 161 yards and 1 touchdown.
David Njoku, freaking 7 receptions, 149 yards of TD.
I forgot he was still on the Browns.
I didn't. But he popped off this week.
It was a very, very, very good game from both quarterbacks, from both offenses. Like, genuinely just an exciting game all around.
Justin Herbert threw for almost 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Bro. I think both these teams are very good, and I think both these teams are early favorites to make playoffs.
Holy crap. This is one heck of a game. Fourth quarter, you just, like, blow for blow, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 punts the whole quarter, and it was both from the Browns.
Yeah, and potentially that was maybe the difference maker.
You know what's crazy is the Chargers... Oh, no, the Chargers punted once. Never mind. Oh, wait, no, that's the third quarter. Fourth quarter, they scored 4 touchdowns, the Chargers did. To the Browns, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this was it! Dude, their kicker missed an extra point. The Chargers kicker missed an extra point.
Oh.
That's why they were down 42-41 at one point. That's what happened. I was like, gotcha. I swear someone missed an extra point, and it was, like, super important. That's why it was, like, super serious. It was him. It was that guy. I don't know his name, but it was him. Yeah, so this was the nuttiest game I've definitely, like, this was like, you remember that Rams-Chiefs game?
Yes.
From, like, a couple years back? It was this. That was this type of game we got out of this.
Yeah.
So, a huge game from both these quarterbacks. And honestly, the NFL's future is in good hands. Let me tell you.
It is for sure. Well, you see Josh Allen. You see
Justin Herbert.
You see Baker Mayfield to a degree. You see Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes.
Dog, yeah. The NFL's in a good standing.
Yeah.
Crazy holy crap. Now we're gonna head down to. I mean, do you have anything else to add from this game outside of that? Because I think it was just nuts.
Got nothing
else. The game itself was just nuts, dude.
I'm perfectly ready to move on to Bears Raiders.
This wasn't much of a game in my opinion, but
this game sucked.
Justin Fields got his first win of his career.
Yeah, good for him. He went 12 of 20 for 111 yards and 1 touchdown.
Right,
like it wasn't an overly impressive performance.
Right, but it wasn't a poor performance either. I'm happy for
him,
dude.
I mean, the Raiders are going downhill pretty fast, and now that they are without their head coach, John Gruden, I think they're going to spiral a little bit.
Rough. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough for them. They didn't score. I don't think they scored a touchdown all game.
They didn't. They scored 3 field goals.
Yeah, so RIP them.
Yep.
That's all. I mean, Bears played good. The defense played good. Like Bears did Bears things.
Yep.
They when they grind like this and they win games like this is a good spot for them. They only have to score like 20-ish points, hold the opponent to 9. That's a good win for the Bears. And they just have to do that more often, which they don't. So, San Fran and Arizona.
So Arizona wins this game 17-10. This is honestly kind of a boring game. I mean, just to re-emphasize, double down. Trey Lance getting his first start and honestly wasn't too impressive.
Nope.
He ran the ball well. He had 16 carries for 89 yards. He did not throw the ball well. He had 15 completions on 29 attempts for 192 yards and a pick.
Yep.
But honestly, the Cardinals didn't look too great either, and I think that's just due to the 49ers above average to really good defense.
Yeah, this is what they do. They hold teams like to low scores. Like this is how the Niners try to grind out football games. Like they're 2-3, but like you know, this is how they do things. This is how they get grind. But the thing that made them not so good this game is that they didn't have like the running game wasn't there. They don't have the runners right now either. Mostert's hurt and.
Here's the thing.
That's just tough.
Trey Lance isn't ready, clearly.
No, absolutely
so
not.
I think they're going to miss Jimmy for a few games. And with the Cardinals and the Rams being as good as they are, they're going to miss him pretty dearly.
Right. Just have to wait and see. I mean, they do have a bye week this week, so a little bit of time to get healthy before they got to go on Sunday Night Football and play the Colts, which who knows with the Colts, honestly.
Yeah.
Next up on the docket was the massacre in more than one way. That was the Giants at Cowboys. This game was a blowout, but more importantly, Saquon Barkley has a very bad high ankle sprain, I think. He's out.
Saquon Barkley has and then Daniel Jones got hurt too.
Yeah, he was in concussion protocol, I'm pretty sure it was, and he's out.
Yes. Ironic, right?
They lost Sterling Shepard, I think, too. They lost, Darius Slayton was out before the game. Like, they lost a lot of people. So, yeah, they're beat up. The Giants don't have a chance anymore. Like, I think they were good, like, on paper, but they just, injuries don't help things, and they weren't showing up to their potential. So now it's just kind of, it's tough, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll just have to wait and see. But the Cowboys, first and foremost, I'd like to say the Cowboys look good. This is what you're supposed to do if you're the Cowboys. You're supposed to beat up on bad teams. That's just how it rolls.
Let's talk about some rushing stats for the Cowboys.
I need to disrespect the Cowboys real quick before we talk about anything. Before I give them more respect, Ezekiel Elliott. Hey, hi. Listen, after last season and the season before that and the season before that, you do not have the right to do the trot that you did into the end zone against the New York Giants. The Giants. Like, you wouldn't do that shit to the Bucks. No. Tired of the Cowboys, bro. They literally do not care. They will literally put up a touch. They'll be winning with like a minute left, like 2 touchdown lead. Let's just go score again. I don't care typically, right? Because it's like it's football, right? Do what you got to do. But you could have kneeled the ball out, but you chose to be disrespectful. Like, I hate the Cowboys, bro. I hate them for what they've done this season. They got good, and now all of a sudden they're freaking cocky. I'm going to give them props, though. They're playing how we expected them to play for the last few years with Dak and Zeke. But Dak is the reason y'all are good, not Ezekiel Elliott. Thank you. 20 carries, though. Good for you.
There you go. 20 carries. He had 21 carries.
They could do the same crap with Tony Pollard. Tell me I'm wrong.
When they run the ball, they were good.
Yes, they are. Because
and
Dak
their
is
defense
good.
is playing well now.
Yeah, that's
this is the first. No,
I'd like to
guess who had to pick this game?
I'd like to exclusively highlight Trevon Diggs because he is insane.
Like, I mean, is there a reason why he's not Defensive Player of the Year right now? He had 6 picks in 5 weeks.
Yeah, he's nuts.
That's unheard of.
He's insane.
Quit throwing at him.
Yeah, don't even acknowledge he exists. Because who do they have to put in? They had to put in, like, Glennon, didn't they?
The Giants did? Yeah, they put in Mike Glennon.
Dude, Kadarius Toney even threw the ball once. Kadarius Toney got ejected this game, didn't he?
Yeah, he punched a dude.
Dummy, bro. With 10 catches, 189 yards, finally playing football and decides to get thrown out.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I'm mad at the Cowboys for disrespecting. But they're good, so I'll let y'all slide for now. But come week 18, we got to run y'all shit again. We're running your shit. Because you know the Eagles always beat them in fucking Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Never fails, dude. I hate the Cowboys now. It just pisses me off. Like, it's so frustrating. Because, like, I'll give them nothing but props. But the minute they start, like, the minute they get cocky and start disrespecting teams how I've been seeing them do it, it's like, it's like, I don't know what Mike McCarthy has cooking up in his head, but he makes me want to just, Yeah, anyway. Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. Bills Chiefs.
What's
Bills
wrong
went
with
on
the
road.
Chiefs, dude?
38-20. Well, what's wrong with the Chiefs is that I think Tyrann Mathieu's the only one playing defense this year.
Like, the Bills are really good. Patrick Mahomes is playing as great, though. He had 2 picks this game. I'm not, like, discrediting the Bills because the Bills played phenomenal, almost to a T perfect. But, like, 2-3, losing winnable games, like, they just feel off, dude.
Yeah, something's off with the Chiefs. And I
the Eagles honestly dropped 30 on them, like, last week.
I mean, primarily it's their defense, and Patrick Mahomes isn't playing at an MVP level, which is what we're used to. We're used to Patrick Mahomes doing ridiculous things, but right now he's struggling to keep up, and I think it's because I don't think he has the support right now. I think teams have figured out the Chiefs a little bit. Okay, right? Like you cover over the top and you cover Travis Kelce. I think
True.
the Chiefs right now really miss Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, no. I agree with that statement. They're really missing that second person because what? They have
McCole
Tyreek
Hardman.
and Kelsey.
McCole Hardman's there too right now, which he's
And
good. But
McCole
he's
Hardman's solid, but they also had another guy
Mm-hmm.
because he was there last year. Who's their other guy? Who else is there? I don't know.
Sammy Watkins?
They picked up Josh Gordon.
Yeah, he had one catch.
Right, like they
Clyde
need
also
Josh
got
Gordon
hurt
to
this
play
game, I'm
Sammy
pretty
Watkins.
sure.
The Sammy Watkins role. Yeah, but he has 6 interceptions, 16 touchdowns and 6 interceptions this year.
Yeah, I mean that's
And,
not the
like,
things we're used to seeing from Patrick Mahomes.
He threw 6 interceptions all of last year. He hasn't so his first starting season was 2018 and he went 50 touchdowns, 12 picks, which is amazing by the way. Then next season he goes 26-5. He missed 2 games. But that's the year they won the Super Bowl. So, who cares? He didn't play out of his mind, but he was good. 5 interceptions, he played safe football and he coached a good season. That was good football. Last year 38-6. That's even he upped his game again. He playing well. Now he's 16-6. That's pretty rough. Cuz we're not going to get a 50-12. I don't mind if you throw 12 picks if you're throwing 50 touchdowns,
right.
you know? But if you're throwing 12 picks and you're only throwing 30, it's a little bit more questionable because that's not what we expect from you.
Yeah.
Now you're in a situation where you've had 2 games with 2 interceptions and you've lost 2 games now by 1 score or less? One score or less, Davion, really? 1 score period, Chargers, Ravens, 1 point by the Ravens, 6 points from the Chargers. 2 picks against the Chargers, and you almost still won that game? Come on, dude.
I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah, Mahomes, I don't know. It kind of falls on Mahomes, in my opinion.
I think there's just almost not that we overhyped the Chiefs, but we expect too much from the Chiefs. Because we know what the Chiefs are capable of.
We're giving them the LeBron treatment.
And when
we're giving them
the Chiefs right now are playing like a good team, not a great team. And people are just the Chiefs are screwed.
I don't think they're
that's
screwed.
the problem.
I think they can still make the playoffs.
I think they can still
They're
make
still
the
a
playoffs.
playoff
They
team.
can still very much so win the West. I think they're that good.
Yeah, they're solid. It's just a rough. This is a really rough start to the season for them. So hopefully they get it together. But I think Clyde's going to be out for a couple weeks. I think he had a strained MCL, so he might be out for a week or 2. So they're going to be looking to other people for running back situations. Or they're just going to air it out, do what they do best. And hopefully Josh Gordon gets more involved this game, the next game. Yeah, but, I mean, I'm not hitting the panic button quite yet because I think they've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat, and they're losing to teams that, I mean, the Chargers are really, really good.
The Chargers are good, the Ravens are good, and the Bills are good. They've lost to good teams.
Yeah, they've lost to good teams, and they're beating bad teams. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. And by the only bad team they've played so far this season has literally been the Eagles. And I don't know, and that's not even that terrible of a roster either. They have such when the Eagles are on, they're on. They can put up 30 points. You know what I mean? We know that, but when they're off, they're pretty hefty off.
Yep.
They played week 1 against the Browns and won that game. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see, honestly. But I mean, it was fun. Josh Allen played out of his mind.
He's my favorite for the MVP right now, in my opinion.
I'm still going Brady, but Josh Allen's right there too. Speaking of missed field goal, we're heading over to Baltimore, where Monday Night Football took place literally last night, and I actually watched the second half of this game with you. I think
something like that,
or maybe somewhere around there, beginning of second quarter, something like that. Yeah. So
Ravens had an insane comeback in the second half.
I had Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown on my fantasy team this week, and I was losing by 40-something points. I ended up winning by 40-something points.
I had Mark Andrews on my bench. On my
know.
Team, and I was losing
so
by
close.
50-something and ended up losing by 3.
Yeah, that was
you can't
nuts.
ask for much more than that.
I mean, you could have asked them to throw the game-winning touchdown to Mark Andrews.
I mean, yeah, that would have been cool.
If they would have done that, you would have won.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
It is what it is now, right? Colts. You want my honesty?
I do want
Carson Wentz looks great.
He looked.
I'm not gonna front. Carson Wentz looks really good.
He looked good.
Dude has 2 touchdowns, 402 yards, 25 completions on 35 attempts, no interceptions.
Yeah.
I think he lost a fumble. I think that's all that happened this game.
Yeah.
But,
Jonathan Taylor had a
wasn't his
ridiculous game too. About time, finally.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah, 15 carries on 53 yards and a touchdown, but he also had 116 yards receiving.
Yeah, he had that big 80-yard touchdown or some crap. It was 76 yards. It was the first touchdown of the game. It was a screen pass, and it went to the house for 76.
Here with the Ravens, though, this is probably I think a week ago I said this is the best game I've ever seen Lamar Jackson throwing. Correction,
No,
that's the second best game.
This was legitimately the best game.
This is now the best game I've seen Lamar Jackson throwing. He's
not bad for a
so
running back.
much tremendously as a thrower, which is impressive. He went 37 of 43 for 442 and 4 touchdowns. That's
this was his career high in throwing yards.
On top of 14 carries for 62 yards. Like, Lamar Jackson is a threat.
You want my honesty?
I do want your honesty.
The Ravens might be the best team in the AFC. Like, maybe behind the Bills.
I think if I had to say right now, I think it's Bills, Ravens, Chargers.
I think it's really close between those 3, too.
I agree.
I think because the Chiefs aren't doing they're not as, like, dominant as we expected them to be, it's kind of open.
So, wait. Okay, so we're talking, Matt, we're worried about the Chiefs, but we literally just got done saying they've lost 3 games to, in our opinion, the 3 best teams in the AFC.
No, yeah, the 3 teams we think are better than them. I don't think they're, I don't think they're not as dominant as we expected them to be. They're not bad, right? I'm not saying you should be worried. They're just not as dominant, right? They're not like they could be 5-0 right now type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. Like, so I think the Ravens beating them, Chargers beating them, Bills beating them, shows that, gods bleed too,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is your 2-time AFC champion, 1-time Super Bowl champion in that span. Went to the AFC Championship the year before that. Like, Chiefs have been dominant for the last 3 years. This year, they might not even get out of the divisional round. Like, they get out of wild card, in my opinion, unless they get really unlucky and have to play, like, the 4-seeded freaking Chargers or something.
Yeah.
Or the 5-seeded Chargers because they win the division. But, like, yeah, Lamar Jackson clutched up. Lamar Jackson did his thing this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of, I meant to say this, the Bills. Oh, did you see Josh Allen's hurdle?
That was neat.
That was beautiful.
That was fun.
I was like, Allen, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Do it to him.
Yeah, the Colts are probably one of the best 1-4 teams I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the Colts are really good. I'm sorry, they're insanely good.
I thought they were I expected them to be much better record-wise, but they look so good. They just really have an unlucky schedule.
I know. They have such a front-loaded schedule. Like, here's the good news. They play the Texans this week.
Yeah,
so that'll be a nice rebound game for them.
Yeah, I think their schedule starts to get easier after this. Like, I think the Niners is a winnable game. I think, obviously, the Texans is a winnable game.
Mm-hmm.
They might be able to rattle off some wins, and I think they're a 7 seed. They can rattle in a 7 seed? Like, who else is in the AFC, really? Like, I think they can outlast the Patriots long term. Bengals, Browns.
They could potentially steal the 7 seed.
That West is going to be tough.
No, because the Broncos and the Raiders are about to spiral. If they're going to steal it from anybody, it's from the Chiefs.
True. Like what?
I mean, and it's not like the Titans have been overly impressive, too. The Colts could still win the South straight up.
Yeah, they're only down 2 games. It's only 2.
The Colts could still win the South.
Yeah, and they could definitely beat the Titans. I will say about this game, though, with the Colts, Carson Wentz was chucking that thing. He's playing amazing.
He was playing very
best case scenario, though, if Carson Wentz looks good so they can keep him at quarterback, and then, they can do well next season after we get our second-round pick from them, and they go 1-16 or something crazy, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Blankenship, Rodrigo, missed 2 field goals and an extra point this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Poor dude. I hope he's okay. He missed the game winner. It was a short one too. It was like 40. 47. Yeah. Also, I guess he didn't miss one. He got one blocked. I take it back. He got one blocked. He missed the extra point, though. So, yeah. That's tough. It's tough. Yeah. So, I mean, it matters in the long run because, they got to win. They lost the game. But, yeah, that's nuts. Lamar Jackson, dude. Holy crap.
He's a man. He's absolutely animal. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I said it at the beginning, but this week I went 12-4. You went 13-3. The only games I got wrong, I got the tie wrong, the Jets-Falcons tie. I got the Saints football team game wrong. I got the Broncos game wrong, and the Raiders game wrong. Mm-hmm. Everything else I got right. I was a little nervous about the Ravens though for a minute.
Yeah, just a
Patriots. Bit. All right, week
6 predictions. We start Thursday night football.
Wait, before we start Thursday night football, this week the Falcons, the Niners, the Saints, and the Jets are all on bye weeks.
Yes. So yeah.
We
Falcons,
only have
Niners,
14
Jets, Saints
games.
are on bye. Only 4. Yeah, we start bye weeks this week. I hate bye weeks. But it is what it is.
The Eagles
we
don't
gotta
get
have
until week 13 or something like that.
Broncos have theirs week 11.
14. We don't have ours till week 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're one of the last teams to get a bye.
I think we are the last team to get a bye.
Well, other than the Colts, Dolphins, and Patriots, yeah.
Well, yeah, we all get them together.
Exactly.
We all suffer together.
Yeah. Okay. So we begin Thursday night football. Speaking of the Eagles, the Buccaneers are in Philadelphia playing the Eagles.
Okay, I'm picking the Bucs. I'm picking the Bucs to win this game because I should, right?
You should.
I'm actually optimistic that we can win this football game.
Yeah.
Now, here's the reason why.
Okay.
Tom Brady struggles against NFC East teams. It's just a fact. We should know this by now. You know what happens when Tom Brady loses Super Bowls? Who does he lose to?
NFC East teams. He also beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl once, though.
That was 2004. 2004. We broke the curse. We broke the curse.
So Eli Manning did.
Exactly. Our Lord and Savior Eli Manning came through, smacked him twice. He hasn't recovered since. Yep. He really hasn't recovered against NFC's teams since. We're home. We got a little momentum from that comeback win against Carolina. It's a short week though.
In Philly.
But Tom Brady's also on a short week.
If there's anybody who knows how to prepare for a short week, it's Thomas Brady.
Well, you're right. Also, their coach, I can't remember his name right now.
Bruce Arians?
That guy.
Yeah,
I almost said Andy Reid, but I was like, that's the wrong A name. We played him last week.
Yep. I'm also going with the Bucs because I think the Bucs, the Bucs are the reigning Super Bowl champions for a reason. They're a good team.
Yeah. No, they're phenomenal. Just keep in mind,
the Eagles are good. I think the Bucs are genuinely a great team.
Yeah, I think we might get smacked, but I'm hopeful, optimistic because Thursday night football games have been wildly weird this season. They look like they're lopsided as hell, and then they're end up being a 3-point game.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe Jalen Hurts shines. Oh. But he's been streaky, and he was off last game when it came to throwing. So maybe this is the game he's on, and maybe this is Miles Sanders' breakout game this season. I'm being hopeful. 3-3 looks a heck of a lot better than 2-4 before we go play the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because we play Raiders-Lions next. If we can win this game, dude, we might go 5-3. Who knows, dude? Yeah, I'm Bucks though.
Yep. Okay. Sunday morning, the ass crack of dawn in London, Wembley Stadium, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Miami, not even a question.
I had a hard time picking this game. I really did.
I didn't. I don't trust the Jags to win football games anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing that stopped me from picking the Jags. I'm also going to go with the Dolphins. But, Wembley Stadium is basically a home game for the Jags.
That's also very true. And
right?
it's even funnier because...
And it certainly helps that they're playing a team that's not that great and is missing their quarterback.
True. But Jacoby Brissett's not a bad replacement.
No, he's doing fine.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the Dolphins will be fine. So I'm also picking the Dolphins. But I did have a hard time picking this one.
I will say, though, if Jacksonville's going to win a game, I think this might be the one.
In the foreseeable future, yes.
Yeah.
They might beat their scout team on bye week next week, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. That's a tough call, too.
Yep. Okay. We
Chiefs
have
at football team.
In Washington.
You want to know? I haven't had the opportunity to talk to you about this. I know someone who I can't remember exactly what they do for the team, but works for the Washington football team.
Really?
They were my neighbor in Las Vegas.
Interesting.
Yeah, when they moved, I moved, and they got a job with the Washington football team this year.
That's super neat.
The only reason I know is because they post on Facebook every week. And every week I continuously tell them, hey, I love y'all. I'm happy for you. I need y'all to keep losing. Every time. So it's a gay couple. I went to their wedding. Super nice guys, by the way. So one of them works for the team, and the other one can sing, and he sang the national anthem this week.
Really? That's super neat.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. So, yeah, shout out to them. Love
Shout out
them.
to them.
Super good guys.
Unfortunately,
they're gonna lose this week,
this
though.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, we go KC in this one.
Yeah, I'm picking
Chiefs.
KC
I
as
mean, honestly, you want my honesty? Washington. If Chase Young decides to show up this week, they might upset. Because Washington does stupid things like that. But I vote the Chiefs to murder this team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, next, the following game, Rams at Giants. NFC East teams are looking pretty rough this week. Outside of the Cowboys.
The NFC East does not have it easy this week. In general.
Bucks, Chiefs, Rams are our matchups. Patriots are the other matchup.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
So, LA Rams in New York playing the Giants. I'm going to go with the LA Rams.
What? No way.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm going LA too.
We got
Texans at Colts. Like, this is an easy one too. Like,
an
Colts?
AFC South divisional matchup. You would think this would be a difficult one because both these teams are 1-4, but one of these 1-4 teams is dramatically better than the other 1-4 team.
Yeah, and I think the Colts beat them.
One of these teams realistically should be like 3-2, and one of these teams realistically should be 0-5.
If the Texans come out and win this football game, I'm not gonna lie, I'd lost faith in Carson Wentz.
I'd be shocked.
And actually, it might not even be Carson Wentz's fault. Low-key, the defense kind of sold him on the last game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts to win.
I'm going Colts, too. And they're home.
Yep. Bengals at Lions.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bounce back game. Lions don't look great, and the Bengals look pretty good, actually.
The Lions look okay, and the Bengals look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time believing the Lions are going to win a game until they do.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Agreed.
Okay,
next up is
Packers Chicago.
Actually, my cousin is in town, and he wants to go to this game, and I'm very tempted, but it's a lot of monies, so I'm not going to be able to go.
It's the Packers.
But I think I'm going to have to go and be as biased as possible because now as a Chicagoan, I can't willingly pick the Packers to win this football game, so I'm going Chicago.
Okay.
That's actually not the reason. That's not the reason I'm picking them. I'm genuinely, I feel like I'm feeling upset this week. Don't ask. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know when. I just saw someone miss multiple field goals against the Bengals. Give me the Bears.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
I'm not mad at you.
But I mean, I think the Bengals game was a fluke game. I think the Packers are the better team, and I think they'll win.
Yeah, I agree with that. But hey, it's a divisional matchup. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bears.
Okay, Chargers at Ravens.
We should skip this game. Dude.
This is a hard one to pick.
This is a doozy.
I'm still having a hard time.
Game of the week.
This is game of the week, and it ain't close.
This is my favorite game of the week. Cardinals Browns is a close second. Bills Titans is also not a bad game. That seems like a fun game too.
Yeah, but it's not better than Chargers Ravens or Cardinals Browns.
Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, Chargers Ravens is the toughest game to call this week.
I'm going to pick Baltimore to win this game. But in order for Baltimore to win this game, they have to shoot out. And I think the Chargers do that better right now. And the reason I say they have to shoot out, because outside of, Humphrey, the Ravens don't have... I don't feel like they have the personnel to cover the Chargers as well as I'd like them to. But I'm going to pick the Ravens because Lamar Jackson is playing out of his God-given mind this season. So I'm going Ravens.
Okay. I'm going the other direction. I'm going to take the Chargers on the road.
Not mad at you. That's a game. That's a game and a half.
And I have a couple reasons. One of them you already said. I don't think the Ravens' defensive personnel matches up well with the Chargers' offensive personnel because of the injuries in the secondary specifically.
Yeah.
The injuries to running back for the Ravens also don't really help. Like the Chargers don't really have any notable injuries right now.
Yeah,
like,
but
they're a pretty
I will
healthy
say the
team.
Ravens' running back injuries hasn't been as effective as I thought it was going to be.
Because Lamar Jackson's playing well as a passer.
Yeah, but Devontae Freeman is playing decently well in the running back game.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yes. So Lamar Jackson is playing out of his God-given mind. So is Justin Herbert.
Also true.
So, yeah, this is a tough game to call. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win this game.
I'm not surprised the Chargers win this game.
I'm going to pick the Chargers, though, just to be
one of those
different, too.
Yeah, it's one of those games, dude.
And, the other thing, Ravens are on the short week.
That's true.
So, they just had an overtime game against the Colts. Good news is they get to stay at home, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going with I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay.
Okay, Vikings
the
and Panthers.
The Chargers lost to the Cowboys this season. That's their only loss. That's
Who-
crazy.
who's good?
By a field goal. That's nuts. No, that's just nuts to me to note that's their one loss this season so far, and I think that's crazy. Vikings at Panthers. I'm going Carolina. I think this is a bounce back game for them, and the Vikings tend to not have good games after they decide to win games.
I agree. I think this is a bounce back game for Carolina. I will go with the Panthers as well.
Cool. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to throw up 3 picks again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't see New York Jet Sam Darnold coming back again. So we'll see. Cardinals at Browns.
This is a tough game to call as well.
All right. You want to know why I picked who I picked to win this game?
Why?
The law of equivalency. The Jags are going to keep losing, and the Lions are going to keep losing. The Cardinals are going to keep winning, so I'm going Cardinals.
I'm going to go with the Browns. I think the Cardinals have flaws. I don't think they're a perfect team.
Yeah.
And this is a good test for the Cardinals. I think if they can win this game, I think they're a great team. Like right now, I genuinely think they're maybe only like the 3rd or 4th best team in the NFC, even though they're undefeated. But I think if they win this game, I might change my mind.
Yeah, I mean, and the Browns are a good roster. The problem is they don't want to fall to 3-3.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Browns. They need to stay competitive. The Browns need to stay competitive in the AFC North. Now that the Ravens are arguably one of the best teams in the NFL, potentially the best team in the AFC, and that the Bengals are honestly decent.
Yeah. No,
Steelers just won a game. Steelers are only a game behind them now. So
yeah,
Browns got to stay competitive. I'm going to go with Cleveland.
I'm going to go Arizona. As long as the other teams are losing, the Arizona Cardinals are winning.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. Raiders at Broncos. Honestly, I know that you're going to pick the Broncos, and
I have to.
You can't willingly.
I'm not
it's the same reason why I
picking
picked
the
the
Raiders
Eagles
to
to
pick
beat
the Broncos.
Right, like the same reasons why I picked the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. Like you just can't do it, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys are a better team than us, but I just can't do it. I'm actually picking the Broncos out of logic here.
I am too, more than just Broncos bias.
Yeah, but I actually think that they can win this game because I think they're
can.
home. They're home. Raiders are going through weird changes. They have a new coach at the moment. It's going to be Derek Carr looked very bad, in my humble opinion, after great times against the Chicago Bears, who I think the Broncos might be better than the Bears when fully healthy. I'm going Broncos.
I'm going the Broncos as well. The Raiders are too dramatic right now. It's in Denver. And also, I'm not willingly picking the Raiders to beat the Broncos. So I'm going Denver.
Cowboys at Patriots.
Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys. But if anyone's going to slow down that running game, I think it might be the Patriots.
I could see Dak having a big game.
I too can see Dak having a big game.
Stephon Gilmore is now in Carolina too. So.
I was just about to say that Stephon Gilmore went to Carolina for a 6th.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about that trade? Great for Carolina.
Yeah, Panthers won 100%. Stephon Gilmore was
the
defensive player of the NFL, the defensive player of the year 2 years ago.
They got him for a 6th.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, what was New England thinking?
I don't know.
A 6th?
I mean, to be fair, I think he wasn't playing anyway.
Dude, the Eagles could have given up a 6th.
Stephon Gilmore wanted out of New England. He didn't want to be there anymore. I don't think Stephon Gilmore had played this year yet.
No, he was hurt.
Yeah, so I agree.
I mean, Jalen Smith also signed with someone. I think it was
Packers.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Oh, I was like, it was either the Steelers or the Packers. I just don't remember which one. Yeah, it was definitely the Packers.
Yep.
Yeah, so I wonder what else is going to happen because trade deadline's coming up in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I think it's week 8.
Yeah. Maybe, did they move it to week 9 because 18 weeks now?
Maybe.
Who knows? Either way, it's coming up soon, so we might see some other moves because, the Cardinals might look to up some people, make some moves. That's just how teams work,
Maybe.
Jags might be looking to sell some people, so Jets might be looking to sell some people. You never know. You don't know what you're going to get.
Who do the Jets have to sell?
Corey Davis, even though they should keep him.
They just got Corey Davis.
And they can just get rid of him. Crazy.
Yeah.
Seahawks
Sunday
and
Night
Steelers.
Football. Yeah, Seattle and Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football.
I'm going Seattle.
Okay.
I think Geno Smith's talented enough to beat the Steelers team.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh because I don't think he is.
Okay. I think this is the
Steelers
most
defense is good.
Yeah.
And I think they could beat up on Geno Smith.
I think they can too, but I don't know. I feel like Geno Smith has the legs to make it happen. I don't know. We'll see. We were pretty split this week.
The first
three?
1, 2, 3 of the harder ones to pick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games were us. Then we split Packers, Bears, Chargers, Ravens, Cardinals, Browns, Seahawks, Steelers. Everything else has been the same.
Mm-hmm. Please don't tell me
Bills,
you took the
Titans. I wanted to.
Yeah,
Dude, in King Henry, I trust, but Buffalo looks way too good.
The Bills' defense is dramatically improved from where the Bills' defense was last year. The Bills' defense, I think, is the best defense in the league right now statistically.
Yeah.
According to, yards allowed, all that whatever stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to stop Derrick Henry, it's the best defense in the NFL statistically. And I think the Bills' offense is overwhelmingly better than the Titans' defense.
I agree, but
So,
Derrick Henry is
yeah.
also not. He's a different breed. I don't take statistics into account when you play Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Sorry. I'm going Buffalo too, but man, I wanted to pick Tennessee because in Derrick I trust.
Mm-hmm. And then just to review, buys this week belong to the Falcons, 49ers, Jets, and Saints.
Yes. So we didn't have to struggle to pick against teams.
Right.
Because of inconsistencies. Just recap, I'm taking the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Colts, the Bengals, the Bears, the Ravens, the Panthers, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and the Bills.
I am taking the Buccaneers, Dolphins, Chiefs, Rams, Colts, Bengals, Packers, Chargers, Panthers, Browns, Broncos, Cowboys, Steelers, Bills.
Yeah, and overall record, guys, for week 5, I went 12-4. Eric went 13-3. Overall record brings us to 51-29 from me, 47-33 from Eric. You are now 4 games behind.
I'm on my way. Comeback starts right now.
Yep, comeback starts right now.
I mean, how many games
the first
did we pick?
week you won.
We picked 4 games differently this week?
I think 5?
4.
Hold on.
Bears,
Packers, Ravens, Chargers,
Ravens,
Cardinals, Browns,
and Seahawks, Steelers.
Steelers. It was 4. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
so yeah,
very well.
I could potentially tie it this week.
That's crazy. Yeah, if you get all of them right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nuts. I'd actually be kind of upset, not gonna lie. Imagine me losing my entire lead because of that. It'd be wild. And then the Bills are gonna lose to the Titans, and I'm gonna be upset at myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, well, that's it from us. Any closing remarks this week?
I got nothing, dude. We're ETA 5 minutes to bedtime because we had to record this twice.
True, you're right.
Yeah, so
well, thank you guys
I'm
so much for
crashing.
hanging out.
I'm ready. I'm crashing.
Yeah,
like
it's almost 11.
Like
I'm
the
ready to go
Raiders
to
are
bed,
about
too.
to.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you're on Spotify, if I ever upload these, hit that heart button. I'd really appreciate it. And last but not least, we're going to go out here. Don't be John Gruden. Don't be racist. It's not a good idea. From us at Behind the Plays, have a good one. Peace.
Waffalo, okay? Waffalo stands for we're all friends. Friends love each other. Just
Amen.
Remember Waffalo.
Amen.
All right. See ya.
Peace.